Have you ever looked at your bank account and thought to yourself, where the hell did my money go? Every month you tell yourself, I overspent this month. I'll try to be good and save next month. But let me tell you the truth. Relying on willpower to save money is garbage. Believing you can use mental discipline to fight off billion-dollar corporate marketing machines is a delusion. If you wait until the end of the month to save whatever is left over, there will never be a dime left. Today, I'm going to show you how to completely automate your cash flow. Because right now, for most people, money is not being directed. It's leaking. It's slipping through cracks. It's getting vaporized by subscriptions, impulse buys, convenience fees, delivery markups, random Amazon carts, overpriced coffee runs, little rewards after bad days, bigger rewards after worse days, and 1,000 tiny decisions your exhausted brain is making while trying to survive modern life. And then people blame themselves. They say, I'm just bad with money. No. Most of you are not bad with money. Most of you are running a broken system. That is the whole game. If your system is broken, your results will be broken. I don't care how motivated you are on the first of the month. I don't care how many budgeting videos you watched while eating takeout you didn't plan for. I don't care how sincere you are when you say, this month is going to be different. Sincere does not beat automatic. Intentions do not beat default settings. A checking account full of money with no instructions attached to it is like leaving your front door open in a neighborhood full of thieves and then acting shocked when stuff disappears. You cannot be passive with a paycheck and expect an active wealth result. You have to stop being the victim of your payday and become the director of it. The second money lands, it needs orders, it needs assignments. It needs a destination before your emotions, your habits, advertisers, and every convenience app on your phone decide where it goes for you. And the first order always is this: pay yourself first. Not after the bills, not after the brunch. Not after the I had a long week. Not after the sale. Not after the vacation deposit. First. Pay yourself first means the first slice of your income goes to future you. Automatically before current, you gets a chance to light it on fire. That's it. That's the principle. And it sounds simple because it is simple. But simple is not the same thing as easy, because this attacks something way deeper than math. It attacks identity. It forces you to stop seeing yourself as someone who just reacts to life and start acting like the CFO of your household. Here's the update for 2026, and I want you to actually do this, not just nod along and forget it by dinner. On the 5th of every month, you set up an automatic transfer of 5 to 10% of your income from your checking account into a high-yield savings account. Not regular savings if you can avoid it. High-yield savings. You want your cash accessible, safe, and earning something while it sits there doing its job. Why the 5th? Because timing matters. If you set the transfer for the exact day your paycheck hits, sometimes payroll timing shifts. Sometimes weekends move deposits around. Sometimes a holiday hits. Sometimes your rent or utilities draft weird. Then people get one bad timing experience, panic, shut off the automation, and go back to chaos. The 5th creates a buffer. It gives your paycheck time to land. It gives recurring bills a chance to clear if they hit at the start of the month. It reduces the chances of accidental overdrafts. It creates a little breathing room between income arrival and money movement. That's what a good system does. It works with human behavior, not against it. So if you get paid twice a month, every 2 weeks, weekly, whatever, you still anchor the savings transfer to the 5th of the month. And if your income is variable, fine. We'll deal with that. But the principle stays the same. There is a fixed moment each month when you pay yourself first automatically. Let me walk you through this step by step because vague advice is useless. Step 1. Calculate your monthly take-home income, not your gross pay. Not the fantasy number before taxes and deductions. The actual money that lands in your account. If your income is stable, this is easy. If it fluctuates, use the lowest normal month from the last 6 to 12 months as your baseline. Not your best month, your conservative month. Step 2. Choose your percentage. If you're starting from 0, start with 5%. If you can handle more without constantly bouncing your account, do 10%. If you make $4,000 a month after taxes, that's $200 to $400 automatically transferred on the 5th. If you make $2,500, that's $125 to $250. If you make $8,000, that's $400 to $800. The exact number matters less than the consistency. You are building the muscle and the moat at the same time. Step 3. Open a high-yield savings account separate from your main checking account. Separate matters. If your savings is sitting in the same app, same screen, same institution, staring at you every day like available spending money, your brain will start negotiating with it. I can move it back just this once. I'll replace it after payday. This weekend doesn't count. That's how people rob themselves while calling it temporary. Friction is your friend. Not too much friction, but enough. Make it one extra step. Make it slightly annoying to pull money back out. That annoyance protects you from yourself. Step 4. Name the account something real, not savings. That's too vague. Name it financial moat, or emergency fund, or freedom buffer. Give the money a job. Money without a job gets reassigned to nonsense. Step 5. Automate the transfer for the 5th of every month. Do not make it dependent on your mood. Do not make it manual. The more manual a behavior is, the more it gets hijacked by emotion. Automation turns a moral battle into a calendar event. That's what you want. You don't want to try to save. You want saving to happen whether you feel inspired or not. Step 6. Leave it alone. You are not checking it every 2 days. You are not admiring it, then rating it. You are not using it for concert tickets, birthday dinners, holiday shopping, or a flash sale on something you absolutely were not thinking about until an ad told you it was about to sell out. Emergency fund means emergency, not inconvenience, not boredom, not entitlement. Now let's talk about what this money is actually doing, because this is where people get it twisted. The goal is not blind saving. The goal is not hoarding cash in a corner because you're terrified. The goal is not to become the person who never enjoys life and brags about clipping coupons while secretly being miserable. That's not the assignment. The assignment is to build a financial moat around your life. Picture an old fortress. Why did castles have moats? Because when chaos showed up, there was distance between the threat and the thing that needed protection. That's what your emergency fund is. It is distance. It is time. It is margin. It is the ability to absorb a hit without instantly getting thrown into financial warfare. Your target is 3 to 6 months of fixed expenses. Notice I said fixed expenses, not your entire lifestyle, including every random luxury, weekend plan, and impulse purchase. Fixed expenses are the bills that keep your life standing: housing, utilities, groceries, minimum debt payments, insurance, transportation, phone, basic childcare, medical essentials. The boring stuff, the non-negotiables. So calculate it. Don't guess. Math doesn't care about your vibes. Let's say your rent is $1,500. Utilities average $200. Groceries are $500. Car payment is $350. Insurance is $180. Gas and transportation are $220. Phone is $80. Minimum debt payments are $300. Basic essentials and subscriptions you truly need are another $170. Your monthly fixed burn rate is $3,500. 3 months is $10,500. 6 months is $21,000. That is your moat target range. If your fixed expenses are $2,200 a month, your target is $6,600 to $13,200. If your fixed expenses are $5,000, your target is $15,000 to $30,000. This is not abstract. This is real. This is the number standing between a bad event and a bad decade. And yes, I said burn rate, because whether you make $40,000 or $400,000, if you don't know how much money your life burns every month, then you're flying blind. I know people making 6 figures who are functionally broke. Broke with a nice zip code. Broke with a luxury car. Broke with vacation photos. Broke with premium subscriptions and upgraded seats and food delivery 5 times a week. Broke not because they don't earn enough, but because their lifestyle rises to consume every new dollar and then some. I've seen the $120,000 earner with zero savings, $14,000 in credit card debt, a car payment that could feed a family, and a nervous system held together by direct deposit timing. On paper, that person looks successful. In reality, one layoff email away from panic, one transmission failure away from debt, one medical bill away from interest charges that start breeding like rats in the dark. Then you've got the person making $50,000 who quietly sends 7% to savings every month, knows their burn rate to the dollar, keeps lifestyle creep on a leash, and builds a $12,000 emergency fund over time. That person may not look rich online, but in real life, they are stronger. They are safer. They sleep better. They can survive impact. They have options, and options are wealth. This is why I need you to destroy the belief that saving is deprivation. Saving is not punishment. Saving is not you being the boring, responsible adult while everyone else lives it up. Saving is you buying freedom in advance. Saving is you purchasing the right to say, no, I don't need to tolerate abuse at work because I have cash. Saving is you buying the ability to handle a crisis without begging a credit card company for permission to exist. And let's talk about those credit cards for a second, because the system absolutely loves when you don't have a moat. You lose your job, your car breaks down, your dog needs surgery, your rent goes up, your kid gets sick, your hours get cut. If you don't have cash, what happens? You swipe. You tell yourself it's temporary. You tell yourself you'll catch up next month. Then interest shows up at 25% and starts eating your future alive. That is not a small problem. That is a debt spiral. Let's say you put a $2,000 emergency on a card at 25% interest and you only make small payments because your cash flow is already tight. You're not solving a problem. You're renting money at a brutally expensive rate while your balance lingers month after month. Then another emergency comes. Then a holiday. Then a plane ticket. Then the treat yourself purchase after a horrible week. And now your card statement isn't just numbers. It's proof that your life has no moat and every hit is being financed at predator pricing. Banks profit from your lack of buffer. Retailers profit from your emotional exhaustion. Apps profit from your impatience. Delivery companies profit from your convenience addiction. None of these companies wake up in the morning asking how to help you build peace. They want frictionless spending, not frictionless saving. They want one-click purchases, not one-click restraint. They want you tired, stimulated, impulsive, and slightly ashamed, because ashamed people avoid looking at numbers, and people who avoid looking at numbers stay profitable. So no, your problem is not that you're weak. Your problem is that you're in a rigged environment trying to use feelings as a defense strategy. Feelings are not a strategy. Now let me kill another excuse. I need to make more before I start saving. No, you don't. Do you need more income eventually? Maybe. Probably. But that is not a reason to delay the habit. In fact, delaying the habit until you earn more is one of the dumbest financial lies people tell themselves, because it assumes your future behavior will magically be different just because the number is bigger. It usually gets worse. If you can't control $3,000, why do you think you'll control $5,000? If every extra dollar gets absorbed by a slightly nicer lifestyle, slightly better meals, slightly upgraded travel, slightly better clothes, slightly fancier nonsense, then more income just gives your bad system more fuel. Income without structure becomes lifestyle creep. Lifestyle creep becomes fragility wearing expensive shoes. Let's do the math. Suppose person A says, I'll wait until I make more. They save nothing for 2 years. Person B starts now with just $150 a month automated into savings. After 1 year, that's $1,800. After 2 years, that's $3,600 before any interest. Not life-changing millionaire money, but that's not the point. The point is identity and infrastructure. Person B has proof. Person B has momentum. Person B has a behavior that can scale. When their income goes up, That system scales with it. Meanwhile, person A has practiced delay, practiced excuses, practiced spending everything, and now expects a salary increase to fix a behavioral leak. Wealth is not built by dramatic declarations. It is built by repeated transfers. And I know some of you are thinking, but $100 a month feels pointless. Wrong. Small amounts are only pointless to people addicted to dramatic gestures. The human brain loves extremes. It loves saying, starting next month, I'm cutting everything, saving 30%, meal prepping every bite, canceling every subscription, no fun for 6 months. Then by day 9, you're ordering takeout and pretending the plan was unrealistic. Of course it was unrealistic. It was built on emotion. A real system starts small enough to survive your actual life. If 10% makes you panic and constantly move money back, start at 5%. If 5% is still tight because your finances are a mess, start lower temporarily, but start. The amount can grow. The habit must begin. Consistency is what trains your nervous system to stop treating savings like loss. Because, let's be honest, psychologically, the hardest part for a lot of people is not the math. It's the feeling. You see money leave checking and your body reacts like something is being taken from you. That's normal. You're used to seeing available cash as spendable cash. You think the checking account balance is your life force. So, when automation pulls money out, it can feel restrictive. It can even feel threatening. Good. That discomfort is not proof the system is wrong. It's proof your old pattern is being interrupted. You have to learn to sit there and not rescue yourself from the discomfort. You have to let the transfer happen and not immediately open the app like a raccoon digging through a trash can trying to bring the money back. The first month might feel weird. The second month too. Then something shifts. Your brain recalibrates. You stop counting that money as available. You adapt. Human beings are incredibly good at adjusting to the container they're given. Right now, your container is too loose. Tighten it intelligently. Here's how you deal with the psychological resistance. First, do not check your account obsessively on transfer day. Second, reduce random discretionary spending decisions by giving yourself a realistic spending number for the month. Third, remind yourself that transferred money did not disappear. It changed jobs. It went from easy to waste to protects my life. Fourth, keep a visible note somewhere with your emergency fund target and your current progress. Watching the moat grow changes the game. And while we're here, let's address the emotional spending script that destroys so many people. I had a rough week. I deserve to treat myself. Listen carefully. You do deserve care. You do deserve rest. You do deserve relief. But if you're putting that relief on a 25% interest credit card, that is not self-care. That is stress spending. That is borrowing from your future nervous system to medicate your current one. That's not compassion. That's a bill with a coping mechanism attached. The manicure, the shopping spree, the last-minute trip, the expensive dinner, the gadgets, the decor refresh, the random luxury you earned because work was brutal. If it's funded with money you don't have, it doesn't soothe stress. It delays stress and amplifies it. Future you still gets the bill. Future you still gets the interest. Future you still gets the anxiety spike when the statement hits. And I need to be clear, I am not telling you to never enjoy your life. I'm telling you to stop confusing consumption with healing. Real self-care is having an emergency fund. Real self-care is knowing your rent is covered if life punches you in the mouth. Real self-care is not turning every emotional dip into a financial emergency. Another thing, please stop carrying shame about this. Seriously. Some of you have been secretly embarrassed for years. You make decent money and still can't save. You feel stupid. You feel immature. You feel behind. You feel like everybody else got some financial operating manual you never received. And then because you're ashamed, you avoid looking at the numbers, which makes the problem worse. Let me say this plainly. Your inability to save consistently is not proof that you're lazy, broken, stupid, or just bad at math. Most people do not need advanced math to win with money. They need a simple, repeatable system that runs even when they are tired, distracted, sad, busy, or tempted. You were not taught this. School didn't teach it. A lot of families didn't model it. The culture definitely doesn't encourage it. The entire economy is built to normalize spending and trivialize saving. That is not your fault. But it is now your responsibility. And that's the part adults don't like hearing, but it's the truth. It isn't your fault that nobody handed you a system. It is your responsibility to build one now. Not next quarter, not after the raise, or not after you get more organized. Now. So here's what I want you to do after this. Open your bank app. Open your high-yield savings account if you have one, or open one this week if you don't. Look at your last 3 months of spending. Identify your fixed monthly expenses. Housing, utilities, groceries, transportation, insurance, debt minimums, phone, essentials. Add them up. That is your burn rate. Multiply it by 3, multiply it by 6. Write down both numbers. That is your moat range. Then choose your starting transfer. 5% or 10% of take-home income. Set it for the 5th. Make it recurring, then leave it alone. If you have irregular income, same principle. Use a baseline amount you know you can hit in a low month, and if a better month comes in, manually top it up. If you live paycheck to paycheck right now and 5% feels impossible, then go hunt the leaks. Cancel the dead subscriptions. Cut the convenience spending. Stop pretending every impulse is tiny. Tiny repeated 20 times is not tiny. You are not too broke for a system. You are too exposed without one. And once your emergency fund hits 3 to 6 months of fixed expenses, then great. You can redirect future cash flow toward investing, debt payoff acceleration, or other goals with more confidence because now the foundation exists. But don't skip the moat and sprint straight to trying to look wealthy. That's how people end up investment rich on paper and crisis poor in real life. I want you to imagine 2 versions of yourself 12 months from now. Version 1 keeps doing what most people do. Paycheck hits. They feel rich for 48 hours. Bills draft. Random spending happens. Bad day purchases happen. Weekend spending happens. End of month arrives. Savings goal gets postponed again. Then an emergency hits and the card comes out. Stress skyrockets, shame returns. Another year gone. Version 2 decides that the first financial move every month is non-negotiable. On the 5th, money moves automatically into the moat. At first it's small, then it's normal, then it's expected. Then one day the car needs repairs and it sucks, but it doesn't destroy them. Then work gets weird and they realize they have breathing room. Then a bad month happens and they're irritated, not ruined. That's the difference. The second life is not flashy. It's powerful, and power is what you're actually after. Not just a bigger number in an account. Power over panic. Power over bad options. Power over the manipulative voice in your head that says spending is freedom, while debt is quietly building a cage around your life. So stop waiting for motivation. Stop bargaining with yourself. Stop worshiping willpower like it's some noble financial strategy. It's not. Willpower is inconsistent, fragile, and heavily dependent on sleep, stress, hormones, work pressure, and whether or not life decided to be a jerk that week. A system does not care how you feel. That's why systems win. You do not rise to your financial goals. You fall to your financial systems. So build one that catches you. Don't let willpower fool you for another month. Click the next video to download my free conscious spending plan and automate your money today.